Today's a sad day. We had a fish, and that fish is no longer with us. And while I believe that fish had a purpose to his life, I also know that we killed that fish. Now, how do I know we killed that fish? Well, we got the fish and we had a heck of a time getting him a name. He ended up being called Mario. Now, you can believe that's Mario based on Super Mario Brothers. You can believe that's Mario based after Mario Lemieux. You can believe that's Mario based on whatever you want. But it ended up being Mario. And as wonderful as Mario was as a I don't know, he was a beta fish. Don't put him in with other beta fish because they'll fight and kill each other. You know the kind of fish I'm talking about? Alright, beautiful little red fish floating around. But I think we killed him by over-chlorinating the water, trying to detoxify the tap water. It was very sad. We were with him in his final moments. We tried to save his life. We tried to get him fresh new water and do everything we could for him. The signs were there. We just didn't see it. We just didn't see it in time. Ode the fish. You were a great fish. You were a great friend. And for the 2 weeks that you were enchanting us with your sweet songs of bubbles, we love you. Okay. This week I thought what I might do is I might, I don't know, educate you. See, when I do lectures sometimes at colleges or in private for businesses and organizations or government or whatever, I sometimes do a thing on leadership and creativity. And one thing in this world that can never be for certain, they say, is, or one thing certain is death and taxes. Well, the other thing is change. And so I do this change leadership deal, and change is inevitable, and everybody resists change, and it's all pretty cool like that. In fact, nobody likes change except, I think they say, except a wet baby, you know, kind of idea. Anyway, so I thought what I might do this week is in a 3-part segment, I will give you 3 pieces of that, so that I can not only educate you and all of our followers, but it gives me a chance to, you know, kind of lay it out there. So let me just start with a prelude that change is an attitude, right? Change isn't something that happens to us. It changes a choice. And sometimes some of us choose not to change, and you know, things go wrong. And if you go way back, you know, there's a guy named Nolan Bushell, and he decided that he was tired of his TV talking to him, and so he said, I need change in my life, and he wanted to interact with his TV. And the very first video game was created called Pong. You know, the 2 things, Pong, the ball, and the middle, Pong, 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 Pong. Nolan Bushell, because he was open to change. Same with Gutenberg. He created the printing press because he saw the coin punch and the wine press and put those 2 things together and said, wow, look at that, and created a printing press. Changed the world. Why? Because he was just open to outside knowledge and those kinds of things. So, for the most part, most of us don't want to change. We're just really too bored to do it. We don't have the energy. Just want to sit on the couch, watch a TV show, all that kind of stuff. So, what I'd like to talk about are 3 things over the next maybe 3 days, 3 whatever it happens to be. The first one's going to be patterns, talk about patterns, and the second one's going to talk about 1 right answer, and then maybe we'll talk about metaphors, because everybody learns via metaphors, right? Like, metaphors are in everything that we do. It's pretty interesting, right? You know, like a bank, the bank metaphors are out of control, right? Money can be laundered, it can be liquid, it can be all those things. Those are all metaphors, right? And then the last one, maybe I'll do a 4th one because it's really cool, is being a fool, and how being a fool is okay. So if you're okay with that, then I'm going to have a little bit of, you know, segment in every one of these things moving forward, and, you know, we'll learn a little bit about it, as long as you're interested in learning with me. What say ye? You think it's all right? And if you don't think it's all right, then I don't care, because I'm going to do it anyway. It's that time again. It's that time for my favorite ad campaign. And today's ad campaign, once again, tugs on the heartstrings of people everywhere, because it's about an epidemic. It's about obesity. Okay, so I'm going to make this move a little bit. I accept the answers on the movies. Almost. For example, you're right, the Field of Dreams, it was the voice. It was the voice. And you make an assumption about the voice, but it's still the voice. And 007? Okay, I accept that one too. But Empire Strikes Back, I know you showed the movie. But if you, my friend, my brother, were in tune with the Force, you would have been able to read what was in Luke's head. And what was in Luke's head was, "You're not my father." That's that.